Have you ever wondered about the magic behind folklore and the tales that have shaped cultures for centuries? If so, in February, join me on an adventure through enchanted myths, legendary creatures, and timeless stories. Welcome back, friends and fellow bibliophiles. And if you're new here, hey, I'm Kat, and today I am sharing all of the details about my month-long readathon, Folklore February. Before we get started, what is folklore? Folklore is the traditional beliefs, customs, and stories of a community passed through the generations by word of mouth. The Folklore February Readathon focuses on those stories, which include folk tales, fairy tales, fables, tall tales, myths, and legends. And I want y'all to participate. Participation is flexible and fun. Simply explore the folklore genre and read at least one folkloric story or a story inspired by folklore, and you have participated in Folklore February. With that being said, if you happen to be a reader who enjoys prompts or wants some inspiration, I have chosen 4 one-word prompts that could guide you in deciding on what you might want to read for this readathon. Here are the 4 words and how they could be interpreted based on their meanings and relation to folklore. Flora refers to the collective plant life or vegetation of a habitat or a region. In folklore, flora represents nature's vitality, connects to various mystical, symbolic, or spiritual beliefs, plays significant roles in myths and legends across cultures, and embodies themes of life, death, transformation, and magic. Flora-based folklore often reflects the relationship between people and the natural world. Many times these stories encourage a reverence for nature. Fauna refers to the collective animal life or wildlife of a habitat or a region. In folklore, fauna represents various symbolic, spiritual, or mystical beliefs. Animals are often central characters in myths, legends, and fables, and many times possess specific traits or powers. There is a deep connection to nature, culture, and human experiences. Fauna-based folklore represents a diverse range of meanings, from magical creatures and divine symbols to tricksters and moral guides. Many times, animals in stories serve as metaphors for human qualities, behaviors, and life cycles. A feast is generally a large celebratory meal, often shared among people to celebrate an important event, such as a victory or a religious education. However, there is more to the meaning of feast than just the act of eating. Feasts in folklore often represent themes of abundance, togetherness, divine blessing, and sometimes temptation, moral testing, or transformation. Ever heard of the phrase, a feast for the eyes? Feasts in folklore often serve as turning points in stories where characters are either rewarded for good behavior or punished for greed or lack of restraint. Famine refers to extreme scarcity of food, typically caused by factors such as drought, crop failures, war, or natural disasters, which leads to widespread hunger, suffering, and often death. In folklore, famine holds deep symbolic meaning, represents not only physical deprivation, but also moral, spiritual, and societal consequences. It can act as a metaphor for imbalance, punishment, or a test of faith, and often leads to transformation. Famine in folklore often serves as a turning point in stories where lessons are learned, communities are reformed, or balance is restored. Many times these stories are about survival, resilience, or redemption. Keep in mind, these prompts are just for inspiration and they are open to your interpretation. Feel free to leave suggestions of other interpretations in the comments below. And as I mentioned before, you don't even need to use the prompts. I'm sure many of you have something already on your bookshelves that you could read for Folklore February, but you are not limited to just books. You could read blog posts, you could read magazine articles, short stories, graphic novels, poetry, whatever you want to read that has to do with folklore. And you're not limited to a specific genre. If you love romance, horror, or speculative fiction, there is something that you can find that will fit for Folklore February. Remember, be creative and have fun. In addition, there will be no group read for Folklore February. However, we can read as a group because I will be hosting sprints on my channel throughout the month of February. I will also have a section on my Discord devoted to Folklore February, and I'll have a graphic or two on my Instagram. Be on the lookout in the next couple of weeks for all that fun stuff as we get closer to February. And everything that I've shared with you today will be in the description box below. Many thanks to you for watching. I really appreciate you stopping by. I'm very excited about reading Folklore in February. Let me know in the comments below if you plan on joining me for Folklore February. In the meantime, stay amazing and be adventurous.